There's been some press releases recently about the value of the subscriptions. And one example is Mary Barra from General Motors has said that by 2030, they believe that the subscription model on these vehicles that are in the fleet and operating will generate as much revenue as the manufacturing side of the business produces.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me back, Kobe.
Yeah, today we will speak about how the automakers are rethinking on the innovation to stay ahead of the curve, especially with competition coming from China. Um, do you see mobility changing around the corner, or you think it's still too long?
We had talked earlier about the make versus buy, the robo-taxis versus vehicle ownership. And I see both still having merit. The companies, from a company perspective, Waymo is a great example of the robo-taxi side. They're very successful. They've got 2,000 vehicles in service today. They learned in the beginning, they thought that they could do what, the automakers couldn't do. They were just going to make their own car. They have a new way. Everything's going to be different. And they determined that just making a car and bending metal really wasn't what they wanted to do. That really wasn't the value. And so now they've come up with, the autonomy model, the sensors, the software stack, all that kind of stuff. And they have a great way of monetizing it. They're expanding. They even announced they're coming to Detroit, which is going to be interesting because we have snow. We have bad weather here in Detroit. So it'll be interesting to see these robo-taxis working that
Not shiny California.
it's not, or Phoenix, where it rarely ever rains. We have bad weather. But from a vehicle manufacturer point of view, there's some really interesting things that are coming in terms of what you can do with that cruise control button and how you can get subscriptions that are ongoing. It used to be that you'd make the car, you'd sell it, maybe you could do a maintenance repair package, over the life of the vehicle to get a little bit more revenue out of a car that's out in the fleet. But now with these subscription models, even if the initial owner of the vehicle didn't want a given feature, to have the car drive for themselves. Maybe the used car buyer, the second buyer, the third buyer, maybe even the fourth buyer would want to subscribe and have the car do the full self-driving. This gives an OEM a chance to start generating revenue off of a vehicle that might be 6 years old. The
Yeah.
average age of the fleet in the United States is around 12 years.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah. So there's some cars that are much, much older, and there's some cars that maybe get in an accident as soon as they leave the dealership lot. But the average age of the fleet, and there's about 300 million plus vehicles in the United States. There's a vehicle for every infant that's out there. Um, all of those can become revenue generating opportunities. It's kind of like the razor blade, the razors and the razor blade model. Get the car manufactured, get it out there, get it working, and then the subscriptions. There's been some press releases recently about the value of the subscriptions. And one example is Mary Barra from General Motors has said that by 2030, they believe that the subscription model on these vehicles that are in the fleet and operating will generate as much revenue as the manufacturing side of the business produces. I mean, imagine
But
that.
if you would ask the CEO of GM in 2020 when he would expect to have autonomous vehicle, what do you think he would have said?
In 2020 would have been an interesting time. It still would have been Mary Barra. They had Cruise at the time working on the robo-taxi model.
I
They have
was I was on a conference with the CFO of GM, I think almost 2.5 years ago or 2 years ago, and he said that Cruise starting monetizing their business and they're on the path to break even. And today, this path led them to chapter 11, not break even.
well, Cruise is now working on the subscription model. They are working on the next level of Super Cruise. So whether you want to use it as a robotaxi or you want to use it as a cruise control button with the subscriptions, I think we're seeing, if it's true in 2030 that they would double their revenue on subscriptions, that's $160 billion a year in
Oh, wow.
subscription revenue. It's a lot of money, and that warrants having an entire division working on that next software update, making it do something great. And if you think about really how that plays out, if it's Power Windows, I don't need to subscribe to that. Either it worked or it didn't work. And if this same thing with this cruise control button, if it doesn't continue to get better and do something that is innovative and new, I would probably stop subscribing. So I think this is a continuous investment for continuous revenue.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Kobe.